Just to be sure, there's a spoiler. Season 1, Episode 7. Harrison Morgan decided to go to college to be a cop in Dexter, Resurrection, and it revived one of the Dexter franchise's oldest and most overlooked plot holes in the process. In just its first season, Dexter, Resurrection has already resolved a few Dexter plot holes. Resurrection finally put the M99/ketamine debate to bed, for example, but it actually made one complaint even worse. In Dexter, Resurrection Episode 7, Harrison decided that he wanted to be a police officer, and he decided to go to Collings College of Criminology to do so. It's a big step for Harrison and marked a major bonding moment for him and Dexter, but it also had some issues. The biggest is a logistical nightmare. Dexter will have to help Harrison with tuition, even though he seemingly has no money. Welcome to Movie Spy. Harrison's decision to go to college makes Dexter's money plot hole even worse. Harrison's decision to go to college has made Dexter's money plot hole even worse. It's always been a mystery how Dexter finances his double life as a killer and, eventually, a single father. His forensic technician salary shouldn't have been able to cover his regular expenses and all his killing equipment, such as his boat and the associated docking and maintenance fees. There were a few dubious explanations for Dexter's lavish lifestyle on such a small budget. Harry, for example, may have given Dexter a hypothetical inheritance after his death. Dexter also inherited Joe Driscoll's house in Dexter Season 1, and selling it would have made a pretty penny. Those explanations, however, don't work now that 10 years have passed since the ending of Dexter. Dexter didn't make any money during his time in Iron Lake. He worked as a small-town sales rep, and his house burned down at the end of New Blood, meaning he didn't get any money out of it. Any nest egg he hypothetically had from Harry or Joe Driscoll also almost certainly got spent while living as Jim Lindsay, if he could even access his old finances at all, considering Dexter Morgan was presumed dead. He also hasn't made much money in Resurrection. Since New Blood, Dexter has only been working a gig job as a New York car driver, which can't pay very well. He's also paying New York rent prices, and his payments from Leon Prater are going to end soon. So, Dexter clearly doesn't have any money, but now Harrison needs tuition. Harrison can't pay for it himself. He works as a bellhop, but Dexter can't either. Dexter only has this problem because it never got bogged down in the logistics of Dexter's financial life, and it shouldn't have. It's more fun to watch Dexter do all these things and not care about how he pays for it. That being said, Resurrection won't be able to avoid it anymore. It already brought up Harrison's inability to pay for college when he saw the NYU pamphlet, and it can't be glossed over yet again. Could Leon Prater finally solve Dexter's money problems in Resurrection? There may, however, be an answer to Dexter's money troubles hiding in plain sight. As previously mentioned, Dexter has been making an indeterminate but seemingly very high amount of money from Leon Prater. Those payments are probably going to end once Dexter kills Rapunzel, the last of Resurrection's serial killers, but what if they don't? It's certainly a long shot, but bear with me here. After killing Rapunzel, Prater will almost certainly find out that Dexter isn't really the dark passenger but is, instead, the Bay Harbor butcher. Prater would go nuts to speak to and be friends with the second most prolific serial killer in the world after the Trinity Killer, and he may offer to continue paying Dexter just to pick his brain. Dexter also doesn't have any reason to kill Prater, as long as he doesn't end up being the New York Ripper. Prater isn't a good man, but he hasn't killed anyone himself, and he doesn't fit the code of Harry. Dexter and Prater also had a bonding moment in Episode 7, and Prater clearly values Dexter's honesty more than the trophies and videos from his other killers. If Prater continues paying Dexter after Resurrection Season 1, Dexter's money problems will disappear overnight. It is far-fetched, but it's also precisely the kind of convenient and extraordinarily lucky ending that Clyde Phillips, the showrunner of Dexter, Resurrection, loves to employ. Phillips was responsible for the first 4 seasons of Dexter. Think about how many miraculous saves came from complete plot contrivances, like Frank Lundy somehow not suspecting him. If Prater doesn't end up sponsoring Dexter financially, which seems much more likely at this point, Resurrection is going to have to find a different way to explain Dexter's finances. It was easy to overlook the boat and Dexter's salary in the original series, but Dexter has a lot more responsibility and a much worse-paying job now. Dexter, Resurrection should finally solve Dexter's money problems. Thanks for watching.